My name is Ademola Michael Williams for One Nation Treasures, a travel consultant legally registered in Sweden, where I reside. I am not affiliated with any embassy or Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Most people think immigration policy is simple. Either a country is open or closed. But Sweden is doing something much more complicated and honestly much more strategic. While Sweden tightened migration rules overall, it simultaneously expanded pathways for highly skilled foreign workers. For example, engineers, specialists, and tech talent, artificial intelligence specialists, and researchers, and advanced tech talent. And this is not speculation. This comes directly from the Swedish government itself. In 2024, the Swedish government announced reforms to attract more highly qualified workers through the European Union Blue Card system. According to the government offices of Sweden, the goal was to improve Sweden's ability to attract and retain highly qualified workers. At the exact same time, the government was also pushing stricter migration policies in other areas. So, yes, Sweden is simultaneously restricting some forms of migration while expanding others. That nuance is important because the public conversation often treats immigration like it's one single policy. But Sweden's approach is increasingly skills-focused. Now, let us take a look at what actually changed with these new immigration rules. The European Union Blue Card is basically a combined residence and work permit for highly qualified non-European Union professionals. And Sweden made the system easier to access. According to official government reforms approved by the Swedish Parliament, the salary threshold was lowered. The required job contract length was reduced from 1 year to 6 months. More categories of professionals became eligible. Workers can now switch highly qualified jobs more easily without applying for an entirely new blue card. And it became easier for some people already living in Sweden to transition into the blue card system. The reforms officially entered into force on January 1st, 2025, and the government specifically connected this to Sweden's competitiveness, innovation, and labor shortages in highly skilled sectors. This is especially relevant for industries like artificial intelligence, engineering, and advanced manufacturing, research, green technology, and digital infrastructure. Why Sweden is doing this? The shift is happening because Sweden, like many European countries, has a demographic and economic challenge. The country needs more highly skilled workers in sectors that are difficult to fill domestically. The government repeatedly states that Sweden wants to become more attractive for global talent. At the same time, official inquiries also propose stricter rules for lower skilled labor migration, arguing that the system should focus more heavily on high skilled immigration. So, the policy direction is becoming very clear: more selective migration, more emphasis on education, specialization, and strategic industries, less emphasis on broad labor migration overall. And this is why Sweden's migration debate is often misunderstood internationally. It's not simply Sweden is open or Sweden is closed. Sweden is tightening migration in some areas, while actively competing for global high-skilled talent in others. And whether people agree or disagree with that strategy, it's important to understand what the policy actually says directly from the Swedish official government sources. Migration policy is becoming skills-based. Official sources: Government.se, Migrationsverket.se, Riksdagen.se. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Always remember that your greatest passport is knowledge. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.